Hello everyone and welcome back to the Impact Play, impacting more than just gaming. We are your weekly source for the latest news, updates, discussions, and debates that branches out to beyond than just gaming. We are not only blurring the lines between gaming, tech, entertainment, news, and music, we're even amplifying voices from those respective fields and having their stories told here on the Impact Play. Join us as we record the show live over at twitch.tv the Impact Play and by clicking on that notification bell so you will be notified when we do go live or later on YouTube or even on your favorite podcast platform. Just simply search for the Impact Play. However you consume your content, wherever you consume it, we are there. Join us on Patreon, Silver Coats and above get the show ad free. Gold Coats and above have exclusive access not only to post show, but they can even call in to be a part of the live show experience, plus early access to our VODs, plus so much more. Learn more and become a Patreon supporter today at patreon.com the Impact Play.
If you haven't heard about Anchor, you're definitely missing out. Give it a try. It's free and simple. Plus, you've got nothing to lose. You don't need the best equipment out there. All you need is your phone and something to talk about. There's even creation tools that allow you to not only record, but also edit your podcast, all within the app. Whatever your passion is, Anchor is the surefire way to not only start your podcast, but also distribute it across a multitude of platforms, including Spotify, Google and Apple Podcasts, and so much more. Download the free Anchor app or simply go to anchor.fm to get started.
I'm Mishawas Muhammad, otherwise known as It's Yagu. This is episode 127. On the agenda, we are co-streaming the 2021 Game Awards. Fortnite Chapter 3 has concluded. Rocket League is now on mobile devices. Sony may have an answer to Game Pass. This may be the end of bots as we know it. We have our first glimpse at Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. At least 3 more Marvel-produced Spider-Man films are on the way. Atlanta United's home opener is set. Spotify wrapped 2021. Billboard next, and iHeartRadio's Jingle Ball wrap-up, plus the top stories of the week. We are now an Epic partner, so for every purchase you make within the Epic ecosystem, when you use our creator code, the Impact Play, we get a commission that will help us support and further elevate the show and take us to new heights at no extra cost to you. So be sure to use our creator code, the Impact Play, all one word. It is not case sensitive. Whenever you buy any V-Bucks, any game on the Epic Store, any cosmetics in Rocket League, and what have you. This will take us to new heights and will help further elevate the show. So, welcome to our very first segment of the show, where we discuss what we have been playing, what we have been up to, and essentially what we have been enjoying. So, if you guys been aware, I do live playthroughs every now and then, whenever I have time, over at the Impact Play's Twitch channel. So be sure to check us out there. But I've been playing a whole lot of Rocket League, including the Rocket League made to mobile game, which I'm going to discuss later on and in the news segment. But yeah, I'll definitely talk about that. But I've been having a blast with it nonetheless. I've been having matches every now and then, and it's a little difficult. It's a little tricky, but once you get the game mechanics, once you get a good handle on the game mechanics, you'll have a blast in it. Which I definitely had a blast. I played maybe 5 or 6 matches last night, but I thought I was doing good. But the last match, I was dumbfounded. Literally, we were being creamed since the beginning of the match. Like the opposite team, they were phenomenal. It's like they were experts already, and I thought I was doing good. So I think they scored at least 20 goals on us, but we didn't score not one. Not one. We had a couple opportunities throughout the match. I wish I recorded it. But yeah, it was. I was there. I'm like, what? Where did this come from? I thought I was doing good. I was complaining that it was getting easy. And next thing you know, we got creamed. Which is great. That's the whole point. But yeah, Forza Horizon 5, we haven't played that much of it, but we just definitely been focusing on Rocket League. I do want to hop into Far Cry 6. I have that already downloaded on my Xbox, and hopefully I'll stream that sometime this week. I'll get into that finally. That's about it that I know of. I'll probably dabble into Destiny 2. It's been a while. I want to see what new stuff they have. Division 2 will probably hop into that as well. And yeah, I have a mixture of games I'm planning to hop into. But nonetheless, it is a holiday season. Hope you guys been doing a lot of holiday shopping, uh, spending time with family and what have you. Even if you don't even celebrate the holiday, take this time to rekindle your relationships, rekindle your with your family and loved ones as well. But nonetheless, we will be updating, hopefully, streaming the studio as well. We will incorporating some holiday decorations uh, sometime later today. Yeah, that's the plan. But yeah, nonetheless, we're gonna hop into the news, folks, and we're gonna start with your gaming play. We have a couple Halo Infinite news stories for you to start off with. Actually, we're gonna start with this first one, the most recent one. Unfortunately, Activision's Raven Software, which runs Call of Duty Warzone, abruptly laid off a number of Q&A testers. Others don't know if they're keeping their jobs, and this is coming over from a tweet from Jason Schreier. Actually, I wanted to talk about this first, which is definitely like wow. First, they promised them, oh, you're gonna have contracts, you're gonna have actual your pay rate is gonna increase, and all those empty promises. And next thing you know, a good amount of them just got laid off. I believe it was, when was this tweet? The third, so 2 days ago is when I heard about it. Like, it's really something. Like, companies should be held accountable at the same time. So they this is a following tweet coming from Ask Jen O'Brien. These people were asked to relocate to Madison, Wyoming, I believe it's Wyoming, yeah, to work there. Now they're out of a job on January 28th. Our Q&A team does incredible work, but this will not only increase their workload, but crush morale. Okay, and a lot of people have been replying to it. But yeah, it's definitely phenomenal. It's been all over the place ever since I heard about it. Like, literally, and they've been doing phenomenal. All of a sudden, they fire their Q&A team. Like, this literally one of the main things within a developer. You have to Q&A test, make sure your game is running smoothly before you ship it out. Otherwise, you have the Cyberpunk situation, you have the Battlefield situation, even though those shouldn't have shipped out the way they should have. But that's what Q&A is for, to make sure your game is running correctly with as little as bugs as possible. Yeah, literally. That sucks. Yeah, that's horrible. But we're gonna keep moving on. This has a lot to do with Halo Infinite as well. We have a couple of new stories. Okay, this was coming over from Games Radar via Hiring Crier. 343's head of design, Jerry Hook, posted 2 tweets. He acknowledges that the complaint is currently leveled against Halo Infinite's multiplayer progression system, which I believe they have adjusted until now. So there is an issue going on where uh, there wasn't enough, I guess, rewards as you play, so it was hard to level up and what have you. So I believe they have adjusted that accordingly already. These are just like follow-ups essentially to give you guys a glimpse. And they've also made some changes to the battle pass as well. Okay, let's see what we got changes. So the first game you get 300 XP, second game you get 200, third 200, fourth you get 100, fifth, sixth you get 100 each, and the seventh up you get 50 XP. I believe those are the latest changes. And also, there's for those of you Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscribers, you will also be getting monthly bonuses. This is coming over from Jared Moore via IGN. Microsoft has announced that subscribers to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate will gain access to monthly bonuses and Halo Infinite. In a new blog post shared on the Xbox website, the company announced the news that those signed up for the subscription service will be able to gain access to additional content bundles that include a variety of useful in-game items. So apparently for now, the current rewards at the moment is... Let me show you guys what I'm looking at. For those of you audio listeners, be sure you're checking out the VOD if you're not able to join us live. Okay, there you go. You get this exclusive skin, or I should say coating, for the MA40, as well as challenge swap and double XP. But yeah, to highlight the Xbox scheme. Alright, moving on. Steam has reached a new high with its current user base, with 27 million people on the platform. This was coming from GameHistory.biz via Mary Delisandre. As reported by PC Gamer, originally reported by PC Gamer, the record was registered by data platform SteamDB with 27,384,959 players connected at the same time on November 28th. Out of these 27 million people, 7.8 million were in game. So the most played game is still Counter Strike Global Offensive or CS:GO, followed by Dota 2 and PUBG Battlegrounds as number 3. That's phenomenal numbers. But I haven't played a PC game in a while. I've been focusing on mainly Xbox as of late. But I've been having a blast nonetheless. Okay. The next one's coming over from the same person, from Mary via GameHistory.biz. UK Games trade body TIGA has announced the winner of its annual award ceremony, with Supermassive Games winning the Game of the Year prize for the Dark Pictures anthology Little Hope. Oh, my bad, sorry. Jack Habgood, the Director of Education Partnership at Sumo Group, won the Outstanding Individual Award. Cowley was named Best Large Studio, while XR Games received the award of the Best Small Studio. The TIGA Awards 2021 took place in the form of a virtual ceremony. Here's the breakdown. Best Arcade Game, Team 17, Publisher and Studio Kaba, one developer for Narita Boy. Best Recruitment Agency, Iraq Swift. Best Q&A, Localization Provider. That's weird how I read that. PTW. Best Casual Game, we have Trail Mix Love and Pies, Heritage in Games Award. We have Dovetail Games, Trains Sim World 2. Best Educational Serious or Simulation Game, BBC Bite Size Mobile Pie, BBC Bite Size History Detectives. Best Technical Innovation, Panavox. Best Audio Design, Square Enix, Neo Replicant version 1.22. I'm gonna read the whole all those numbers, but you guys know which game I'm referring to. Best role-playing game. We have Variable State Last Stop. Best action and adventure game. Sony Interactive for Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales. Best. I'm sorry. Diversity Award? I don't know how I didn't see that. Yeah, we have Tentacle Zone Incubator Creativity Award. You have State of the Circle. Best Educational Institution, the University of Portsmouth. Best Social Game, The Dark Pictures Anthology, Little Hope. Best Audio Services Supplier, Side. Best Strategy Game, Total War Warhammer 2. Best Publisher, SIE or Sony Interactive Entertainment. Best Tax and Accounting Firm. Really? MMP Tax. Outstanding Leadership, Jason Falkes, COO of Quali. Best VR and AR game, Rebellion Sniper Elite VR. Best Art Animation Trailer Supplier, Adam Hawk. Best Puzzle Game, Out of the Blue Games Call of the Sea. Best Educational Initiative and Talent Development, Ubisoft. Best Legal Services Provider, Stevens and Bullet LLP. Best Visual Design, Sony Interactive Entertainment for Returnal. Best Services Provider, Liquid Crimson. Best Small Studio, XR Games. Best Large Studio, Quali Games. We have Outstanding Employer Award 2021, Dovetail Games. The winner of the Outstanding Individual Award, we have Jack Habgood, the Director of Educational Partnership at Sumo Group. And Game of the Year went to Dark Pictures Anthology, Little Hope. Wow, that was a mouthful. But moving on. Ubisoft has hired Battlefield's developer DICE's former head of design, Fawzi Mesmar, to become the Assassin's Creed publisher's new vice president of editorial. This was written by Eddie McCouch at GameSpot. In that role, Mesmer will work with Ubisoft's development teams around the world to shape the creative direction of the company's franchises. He will also work with Ubisoft's team to ensure they are including diverse perspectives throughout the production process and creative enriching entertainment experiences for all players. Wow. Mesmer will report to Ubisoft Chief Creative Officer Agar Mancio. Wow. Now I need water. Actually, I got life water here, so. And now we have your PlayStation Plus games for December. It's coming from straight from the PlayStation blog. We have Godfall Challenger Edition for the PS4 and PS5. We have Lego DC Supervillains for the PS4. And we have Mortal Shell for the PS4 as well. And for VR games, we have The Persistence, The Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners, Sandra Edition, Until You Fall. And if you haven't downloaded the November PlayStation Plus games, you have until December 6th to download them now. And speaking of Sony and PlayStation, Sony might be overhauling the PlayStation Plus with new tiers and even streaming. But those coming over GamesIndustry.biz via Brandon Sinclair. Sony is planning to switch up its PlayStation Plus offering next spring, according to a new report from Bloomberg. Citing people familiar with the plans, the outlet says Sony will likely keep the PlayStation Plus branding, which will merge the service with the streaming offering PlayStation Now and offer a catalog of titles from every Sony platform except the Vita. The new Plus would reportedly be a 3-tier service, with the lowest tier which essentially has the same offering as currently exists, enabling users to play games online and giving access to a handful of free monthly titles. The middle tier would include access to a catalog of downloadable PS4 and eventually PS5 games, while the top tier would add on-demand streaming and games from the first 3 PlayStation consoles and the PSP. While PlayStation Now is expected to be phased out as a standalone option, Bloomberg reported that Sony is increasing its investment in cloud gaming generally. The new service is intended to make PlayStation Plus more competitive with Microsoft Xbox Game Pass. But yeah, it's about time. I'm pretty sure they were keeping their eye out, but they didn't announce anything because nothing was ready. And this is don't even take this as an official announcement. This is just I guess people discussing it with people familiar with the project. That's all it is. But yeah, it's more something more official, I guess you could say. Excuse me. All right. So next one's gonna be going from GameStreet.biz via Jeffrey Rossell. Rossell? I think so. Hopefully, I didn't botch that. This week, Valve has said it doesn't intend to allow Steam Deck exclusive games on Steam. The platform holder provided this updated within a newly released FAQ based on developer questions regarding the handheld. In response to a question that Valve would want Steam Deck exclusives, the company said no, that doesn't make much sense to us. It's a PC and it should just play games like a PC. That's about it. Literally. Thank you for that update. Speaking of update, Pokemon Go, we have an update for December events via Alessandro Barbosa via GameSpot. Pokemon Go is gearing up for the festive season with developer Niantic releasing a new trailer to set the mood and tease new legendaries over the next couple of weeks. The trailer shows multiple Pokemon game buses making their way through some of the most recognizable cities in the world, hitting at increased rewards for players at all Pokestops within the game. Niantic hits at increase the number of Pokeball rewards from each Pokestop spin, which this will come in handy to catch a Pokemon during the holiday time. But are I guess not rumors, but this is it's suggesting that the next legendaries are from the sixth generation: Zarnias, Val, Zaltel, and Zagarda. Zagard? I think that's how you say it. But yeah. All right. Fortnite. Fortnite. Two things. So the Fortnite Chapter Live event has concluded and downtime has begun, as leaks suggest it would. The game's map has been flipped upside down. Meanwhile, the rock has finally been revealed, blowing the minds of many players of the game. Which, if you use our credit code, the Impact Play, it'll go to supporting the show. If you do play Fortnite or Rocket League, which we're gonna discuss later on. And this next update is coming from IGN via Kenneth Sauer Jr. Savard Jr. For the second time, the inhabitants of Fortnite have met their collective end with the close of Chapter 2, Season 8. In its wake comes Fortnite Chapter 3, Season 1, an updated Battle Pass experience with new gameplay mechanics, an altered island map, and a Battle Pass featuring Spider-Man. Alright, now we're going to move on to the Game Awards. And speaking of Game Awards, Spotify has been named the official audio streaming partner of the Game Awards. If you're interested in checking it, so it's like a podcast. I'm gonna start listening to this. I'm gonna follow it, and I'm gonna show you guys the link as well. Copy show link. If you guys are interested in checking it out, try to do so now. It's available on Spotify now, in the form of a podcast. All right. So now I'm gonna move on to our predictions, I guess you could say. Give me a second. I gotta sign into this. Continue. So game of the year. There's Deathloop, It Takes Two, Metroid Dread, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, and Resident Evil Village. So the Deathloop I haven't played. It Takes Two, I haven't played that either. Metroid Dread I played it. I did not like the mechanics. Psychonauts 2, haven't played that yet. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, I haven't played that. It's on PS5. But I did play Resident Evil Village, so I definitely chose that. Next, we have Best Game Direction. I went with... What did I go with? Returnal. Next, we have Best Narrative. Life is Strange True Colors. We have Best Art Direction. Kiana, Bridge of Spirits. Next, we have Best Score, Best Score and Music. I went with Deathloop. Best Audio Design, Forza Horizon 5. For sure. Best Performance. We went with Giancarlo Esposito as Anton Castillo on Far Cry 6. Next, Games for Impact, Life is Strange, True Colors. Best Ongoing Game, Fortnite, of course. Literally. I didn't go with Call of Duty Warzone just because of all the hacks and everything going on with the game, which doesn't make it enjoyable at the least. Best Indie Title, Canon Bridge of Spirits. Best Mobile Game, Genshin Impact. I wish Rocket League came out before this, but no. But we're gonna talk about that later. Best Community Support, Destiny 2, of course, literally. Innovation and Accessibility, Far Cry 6, once again. Best VR and AR, Hitman 3. Best Action Game, Back 4 Blood. Best Action and Adventure, Ratchet and Clank and Rift Apart. Best Role-Playing Game, Scarlet Nexus. Best Fighting Game, Demon Slayer. I don't want to botch this, but Kimetsu no Yaba, the Hinokami Chronicles. Best Family Game, It Takes Two. Best Sim and Strategy Game, Microsoft Flight Simulator. Best Sports and Racing Game, Forza Horizon 5. Best Multiplayer Game, Monster Hunter Rise. Content Creator of the Year. We have Dream, Fusely, Girls, Abel, and Graphic. That's weird how I read that, but we went with Fusely. Best Debut Indie. We went with Valheim. Best Most Anticipated Game, Elden Ring. Best Esports Game, League of Legends, of course. Best Esports Athlete. It doesn't apply. Best Esports Team. Doesn't really apply. Esports Coach. Doesn't apply. Event. League of Legends World Championship, of course. And I believe that's it, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's all we have. So we haven't gone ahead and voted in the Game Awards. Be sure to do so now on thegameawards.com. But keep in mind that we will be co-streaming the event this Thursday, December 9th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. And speaking of the Game Awards, Keanu Reeves returns this year to host alongside Carrie Anamos, Reggie Film, Reggie Fils Ami, alongside Shang-Chi star Simu Liu. Musical guests include Sting and Imagine Dragons. And also, this will be an in-person event. Finally, I wish I was there. But hopefully, I'll be there at the next event, next year's event. And then, oh yeah, that's what I wanted to show with you guys. That the player's choice voting is actually open now. And let me see if I can find that link. And I'll show you guys the link if you guys are interested as well. Okay, what else we got? Oh, Activision Blizzard won't be taking part in this year's Game Awards. This is coming over from Emma Roth via The Verge. Well, it's coming from a tweet originally, but Jeff Keighley tweeted, beyond its nominations, I can confirm that Activision Blizzard will not be part of this year's Game Awards. That's about it. Yeah, the Game Awards, folks. Now we're gonna go on to this new Rocket League mobile game that I was teasing you guys since the beginning. So Rocket League has officially unveiled its mobile title, well, spin-off I should say, Rocket League Sideswipe, a spin-off for developer Psychonauts' popular soccer game on PC and console. And it began its first season as well as its Rocket Pass. And there's also what's the word I'm looking for? A co-integrated event, I guess you could say. If you play the mobile title, you unlock some stuff in Rocket League. If you play Rocket League, you unlock some stuff in the mobile game as well. I forgot the word I'm looking for, but yeah, I'm definitely having a blast with that. Ah, that coffee's great. All right, let's go. Full of energy. Endgame changes are being tested on New World's public test realm as developer Amazon Game Studios looks to build a compelling and diverse endgame that largely has been missing since the game's launch. This was written over by Cameron Cooch via GameSpot. As it currently stands, New World's endgame isn't terribly exciting. Upon hitting max level, players mostly just run around in large groups and clear out the endgame elite zones for a chance of obtaining a better piece of gear that will raise what Amazon calls a high watermark for that particular item slot, thus increasing the chances of getting even better gear to drop in the future. Amazon is looking to change that, first by changing the name of the high watermark system altogether, as detailed in a new blog post. The system will now be referred to as expertise, and whereas the actual numbers associated with the high watermark system were invisible to players, expertise will actually display on each item slot in a player's inventory so players can more easily track the progress. Next, new Dying Light. We have some new gameplay. This is coming over from Darren Monthus via GameSpot. It's only a few months left to go before it launches in February. Dying Light 2 developer Techland has been ramping up the gameplay reveals for the upcoming post-apocalyptic sandbox. The latest deep dive into the gameplay was hosted by streamer Leah and Jonah Scott, the voice behind Dying Light 2's protagonist, Aidan Caldwell, and focused on new obstacles that players will have to overcome. Those challenges naturally include dilapidated buildings and hordes of flesh-craving zombies, but they're nothing that brutal in-game combat and traversal mechanics can't overcome. And this new Dark Age, the new episode had some handy gear and abilities to show off, such as a paraglider that can be used to get to buildings, skills that allow you to throw people to their doom, the handy running drop kick to send enemies flying. Alright, and lastly, GTA Trilogy patch fixes more than 100 bugs written by Eddie Makuch via GameSpot. A new update for the GTA Trilogy, the Definitive Edition, is out now and includes fixes for a variety of fixes. So it includes some general stability improvements across all three games and fixes a long list of bugs. Hopefully this fixed the majority of the issues going on with it, which could have been avoided if they would be patient, but companies are impatient nowadays. They want to collect as much money as possible, unfortunately. So now, moving on to tech. And this first news story is coming over from houseofheat.co, which is one of my many sources for sneakers. But this could mean that this article could have been the use of sneaker bots, but this applies to bots in general. This is written over by Petey Michelle. It's no secret that bots have become a big deal, a big problem in sneakers alone, and in fact the wider online retail world. Since their introduction of e-commerce, people have found ways to quote-unquote cheat the system. In recent years, the growth of cook groups and bots has exploded, in itself creating a huge market cap on AI-specific programming. It's rife through the sneaker community, but also through other hard-to-get industries too, like gaming consoles and collectibles. The nature of limited edition drops means that the desire to obtaining these is heightened. People will almost do anything to secure a pair come release day. So U.S. Representative Paul Tonko, Democrat for New York, and Senators Richard Blumenthal, the Democrat for Connecticut, and Chuck Schumer, another Democrat for New York, as well as Ben Ray Logan, Democrat for New Mexico, announced the push for the Stopping Grinch Bots Act on Monday. At a time when families should be able to spend time with their loved ones, digital green bots are forcing Americans to scour online sites in the hopes of finding an affordable gift or paying exorbitant prices for a single toy, said Tango in a press release. These bots don't just squeeze consumers, they pose a problem for small businesses, local retailers, and other entrepreneurs trying to ensure they have the best items in stock for their customers. Our Grinch Bots Act works to level the playing field and prevent scalpers from sucking hardworking parents dry this holiday season. I urge my colleagues to join me in passing this legislation immediately to stop these Grinch bots from stealing the holidays. But it's not just the holidays, it's throughout the year. But I'm definitely interested in hearing more about this, so I'm going to leave this open. Next, goodbye Oculus. Meta moves away from the brand name from their VR products. This is running over from Ted Litchfield via PC Gamer. And their, let's see, where are you? And their new name is the MetaQuest, as well as Oculus app is being is going to be phased out over time, and it'll become the MetaQuest app. So, the US Federal Trade Commission is suing to block NVIDIA's acquisition of chip manufacturer ARM. The lawsuit was filed with the FTC, alleging that the acquisition would give NVIDIA an unfair competitive advantage. This was written over by Mary Delisandre via GameIndustry.biz. It identified three markets in which the ARM takeover would harm competition: high-level advanced driver assistance systems for passenger cars, DPU-based network interface cards, and ARM-based GPUs for cloud computing service providers. It further said that NVIDIA acquiring ARM would give the company access to competitive, sensitive information of ARM's licenses, some of which are NVIDIA's rivals, and that is likely to decrease the incentive for ARM to pursue innovations that are perceived to conflict with NVIDIA's business interest. The FTC's lawsuit follows several other investigations across the world, with NVIDIA's acquisition of ARM already being investigated in the UK, the European Union, and China. But we'll see how this fares. Qualcomm is getting serious about gaming. Over the past few years, Qualcomm has been expanding its chip development to cover laptops and PCs. But today, at its annual Snapdragon Summit, Qualcomm announced another new venture, this time in gaming, Snapdragon G3 Generation 1 platform. By combining tech and features from a smartphone and laptop chips, Qualcomm is trying to create a purpose-built chip designed to power portable gaming handhelds. With a focus on creating a chip intended for use in Android devices specifically, Qualcomm's G3X looks to be more focused on the mobile market by supporting existing Android games and game streaming services like Stadia, GeForce Now, and even Xbox Game Network, rather than trying to compete directly against traditional devices like the Switch. But that's all we have. That's all the updates we have. So thank you, Sam Rutherford from Gizmodo. So we're done with your tech play, folks. Now we're gonna move on to entertainment. And we have a whole bunch of Spider-Man stuff for you folks to start off. So we got our first look into Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1. FYI, Part 1. It's been a long couple of months for Spider-Man and the multiverses. So we have a new teaser footage, which we're not gonna get to spoilers, of course. But what's his name? Oscar Isaac will be retaking. What's the word I'm looking for? Will be will be will be playing his role of Spider-Man 2099 in the film once again. He'll be returning to his role. But yeah, it'll be directed by Joaquim Dos Santos from The Legend of Korra, Justin K. Thompson, a production designer on the original movie, and Ken Powers from Soul. Meanwhile, Lord and Miller will also be back to executive produce the second film that will be released on October 7th of 2022. So now we're going to move on to Spider-Man No Way Home. Records the most ticket pre-sale since the Avengers Endgame. This is coming over from Aaron Paran from comicbook.com. But the guys who weren't aware, I'm sure that literally the AMC app alone was overwhelmed. And I found out later on the reason being was because for AMC Premiere and Stub members, if they purchased the tickets for Spider-Man No Way Home, you get an exclusive NFT, which everybody loves NFTs now, and it's free. It comes along with it. If you're able to claim it, kudos to you. But that's the reason for these record numbers as well. That really played a role in it. And we have new character posters for No Way Home as well. So I'll get to in a minute. No, that's not it. Where are y'all? There we go. There we go. Electro. Dark Ock. And the Green Goblin. I'm excited for this film. So I'll probably watch it like the week after because the theater is gonna be packed. So I'd rather enjoy it. All right, moving on. Spider-Man 4, 5, and 6 have been confirmed by producer Amy Pascal after No Way Home. This is written over by Jamie Lovett via comicbook.com. Seems like Spider-Man still has a long future ahead of him in the MCU. There's some speculation that Spider-Man No Way Home will end at the working arrangement between Sony and Pictures and Marvel Studios. But he'll be returning to at least 3 movies. So, we have a first look at the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre from Netflix. And then it'll return on February 18th exclusively to that platform. So, Kobe Smulders will reprise her role as former SHIELD operative and Nick Fury's right-hand woman on the upcoming Disney Plus Marvel show Secret Invasion, which I'm definitely excited for. Wish they would have made that into a film, standalone film, but it's good nonetheless. So, Deadline broke the news of the casting and notes that Smulders is joining an already stacked roster that includes Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury and Ben Dolson as Talos, plus newcomers like Oscar-winning Olivia Colman, Emilia Clarke, Kingsley Ben Adir, Christopher McDonald, and Killane Scott. We already know about her role, but yeah, I'm definitely excited for it when it comes out sometime in 2022. Thank you, Jermaine Loser and Gazumoto, for that update. So we have a new trailer for the new Pacemaker TV show, which we're not going to get into because spoilers. And we also have some new footage for Resident Evil's Netflix series, which we're not going to get into as well. So Disney Plus superhero series Extraordinary reveals some new cast members. So it centers the show centers around the young woman who's the only person on Earth with no powers. The cast will be headed up by Mayraid Tyers, and who is set to star in Thor. Director Kenneth Branagh's upcoming film Belfast. She will star in the 8-part series alongside Paul Dark's Sophia Exenham and Dairy Girls Siobhan McSweeney. Per the official synopsis, Tiara stars as Jen, a young, painfully self-aware woman who lives in a world where everyone has a superpower except her. But yeah, we have Child's Play, the TV series, comes to Peacock this week. So Bad Girl has started production. And we have a new photo from Instagram. From Adil El Arbi, which I'm going to show you guys in a minute. It has begun. Jack Reacher has set a premiere date with its first trailer as well. for February 4th, 2022, with all 8 episodes available on more than 240 countries and territories worldwide on Amazon Prime. And this last one, actually, no, we have 2 more actually. Cancel. Nicholas Cage will play Dracula in Universal's Rainfield movie. A monstrous movie centering not on the infamous vampire, but rather his notorious lackey. Which is definitely confusing. But thank you, Variety, for that update. And this last one now. It's going to move over from Netflix. Composer and songwriter Nicholas Brettel discusses reuniting with longtime collaborator and director Adam McKay on the upcoming comedy Don't Look Up. From score to song, he shares insight into his creative process, his friendship with McKay and editor Hank Corral, and collaborating with Ariana Grande, Scott Mescudi, and Tara Stinson on the original song Just Look Up, and Justin Vernon on Second Nature. Don't Look Up tells the story of 2 low-level astronomers who might go on a giant meteor tour to warn mankind of upcoming comet that will destroy planet Earth. And it's been written and directed by Adam McKay. Oh, so it's like a movie though, essentially. Yeah, it's a YouTube video. It's like an animated thing. Okay, that's what it is. Guys, are interested in checking this out? I'll definitely share this with you guys now. All right. So we're done with entertainment. Now we're going to move on to sports. Where are you? Sports. Oh, found it. Okay. The Yankees are done with Curry Clubber after just 1 season. But if he finds the consistently in health he lacked in pinstripes, they won't have to look far to find out. Kluber agreed to a 1-year deal worth $8 million plus incentives with the Rays. They have was confirmed on Sunday. So this one came from the New York Post by Greg Joyce. The Denver Nuggets forward Michael Porter Jr. will undergo a surgical procedure on his lower back and miss an indefinite period. His agent Mark Braunstein of Priority Sports told ESPN. Porter is expected to make a full recovery, and the timetable for his return will come after surgery. So may he have a safe recovery. And thank you, ESPN, for that update. And Adrian Wojnarowski? So, the Atlanta United home opener. Coming straight from the press release from the Atlanta United. So, Atlanta United will open its 2022 MLS regular season schedule against Sporting Kansas City on Sunday, February 27th at 3 p.m. Eastern at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, which will hopefully be there as well. The match will be broadcast nationally and will be the first time Atlanta and Sporting FKC face each other in the season opener. We have your college basketball rankings as well. So this one's written by CBS Sports by Gary Parrish. So bear with me because I don't have that much of a sports background, but yeah, let's get into it. I'll try my best. The line quickly jumped to Purdue 15 after Iowa star Keegan Murray was ruled out of the Big Ten opener for both because of an ankle injury, making it even more likely that it previously was that the Boilermakers would improve to 8-0 and set themselves up for a historic Monday. So it was a bit surprising when Iowa nearly erased a 19-point deficit later Friday and trailed just 72-70 with a little less than 3 minutes remaining inside Mackey Arena. Was Purdue really about to blow this? Turns out no. Iowa never scored again. Purdue did, and the Boilermakers eventually escaped with a 77-70 victory. As a result, Purdue will now move to number 1 in the Associated Press Top 25 poll on Monday, the first time in school history. Purdue is led by a pair of sophomores who have taken massive jumps this season and emerged as a legitimate NBA prospects, namely Jaden Ivey and Zach Edey. Both have gone from good to great. Ivey is averaging 15.9 points, 5.8 rebounds, and 3.6 assists in 27.5 minutes per game. Edgy is averaging 15.5 points, 7.1 rebounds, and 1.4 blocks in 18.5 minutes per game. They are arguably the best inside outside studio in college basketball, and clearly capable of leading Purdue in April for what would be the school's first NCAA tournament championship. And now we have your scores for yesterday. Mississippi beat Memphis 67-63. Seton Hall overcome Nyack 113-67. Villanova beat St. Joseph's 81-52. Wisconsin beat Marquette 89-76. Michigan overcame the San Diego 72-58. Auburn beat Yale 86-64. Tennessee defeated the Colorado at 69-64. Michigan State lost to BYU 74-68. Arkansas defeated Little Rock 93-78. Connecticut beat Grambling Saint 88-59. MI State defeated Toledo 81-68. Baylor defeated AR Pine Bluff 99-54. USC defeated Washington Street 63-61. Alabama defeated Gonzaga 91-82. Iowa State defeated Creighton 64-58. Now we're going to move on to college football. The final decision now rests in the hand. Hey, where'd it go? In the hands of the College Football Playoff Selection Committee. It won't be hard to settle on this year's top 4. It'll be Alabama, Michigan, Georgia, and Cincinnati, likely in that order. After Saturday's run of conference championships simplified a playoff chase that seemed destined for chaos as recently as late November. The more difficult choices will come in filing out the slate of the New Year's 6 games, which are influenced by where the committee ranked teams outside the top 4. And this was written over by Paul Meyerberg via USA Today. And Formula 1. Well, actually, it's starting now in Saudi Arabia for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. So it's now lap 14 out of 50. Guys, if you're interested, be sure to check that out. And we're done with the sports play, folks. And now we're going to move on to music. This is coming over from Music Business Worldwide. Okay. BMG revealed that it has acquired the entire recording catalog of Motley Crue in a deal our sources suggest was worth somewhere around $90 million. This is so that's about it. BMG has acquired the entire catalog. The largest single artist deal since its founding in 2008. And now we're going to move on to the Spotify Wrapped 2021. If you guys haven't already done so, be sure to do that. Tag us if we're your most watched podcast. And it will definitely amplify or that will definitely amplify your shares as well on social. So either Instagram, Twitter, just Snapchat, even. So just tag us or even send us a DM, or even on Discord. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna create a channel for that too, a temporary channel. Okay, plus Spotify Wrapped 2021. How does Spotify? Okay, perfect. So I created a channel. I'm sure to you can post it there as well. Thermo has a new collab out now with Portugal the Man, being released via the producer's own Ma 5 Sharp label and available exclusively as an NFT. So guys, you should be sure to check that out, which I'm definitely gonna do as well. Let me see if there's like a link here. I can share that with you guys. Yeah, I know I was looking at it earlier today. Not today, but earlier this week. Okay, I think I found it. It's like $1.84, yeah. Okay. Log in. I have an account. Things look so weird. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys the link, and I guess you guys figured it out because this is like confusing myself. So it's available via Minbase. Oh wait, I need OBS on Discord. Okay, moving on. Let's see. The holidays were in full effect at the Forum in Los Angeles on Friday night for iHeartMedia's Anyone Jingle Ball concert, which returned in person this year after the 2020 show went viral due to the pandemic. Korean pop sensation BTS kicked off the night with a performance that consisted of two of their most popular songs, Butter and the holiday version of Dynamite, the latter of which shot the boy band to global fame. Ed Sheeran also took the stage. In addition to Doja Cat, Lil Nas X, Sweetie, Bazzi, Tate McRae, The Kid Laroi, Dixie D'Amelio, Anita, and the Black Eyed Peas also participated. So the Jingle Ball tour began in Dallas on Tuesday and will make its way around the country in the coming weeks. So next and final, we have the Billboard NXT. So Billboard and Samsung have joined together to find the next great unsigned talent. And after artists across the country entered in hopes of competing in the top prize, Billboard has chosen a dozen rising stars to participate in its first of its kind singing competition. After Billboard NXT kicked off on TikTok in September, artists created their best minute cover of the new song Out by Joel Corey and Jax Jones featuring Charlie XCX and Saweetie. And posted on TikTok with the hashtag Billboard NXT. 12 multi-talented artists selected from the hashtag challenge will now participate, which will now is in the finals, in the final stretch. So after weeks of thrilling performances and must-see challenges, the three finalists for the Billboard NXT, a first of its kind, we have been chosen. We have Amer Brandon, Bronze Avery, and Sophie Marks. Have merged as the standings of the competition will move on to compete in the grand finale on December 7th. Using their Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3 5G to capture their moment on the best angle. The trio of talented were, let's say, they shine amongst the 12 contestants. All right. Let's see. Do we have any breaking news, anything, just in? We'll discuss that as well. We have 3 days until Halo Infinite's release. No, it's all about Fortnite, which we did. A very happy birthday to Walt Disney himself. So the WW NXT War Games is going to be live tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. Why did you do that to me? Let's see something. So the finale for the Billboard next is this Tuesday at 8 p.m. And I'm going to share that as well. If I could find that share button. Okay. I guess I'll just share the link. All right. And it looks like that's all we got for you folks. If you guys want to send us free email, here's how you could contact us. We want to know your feedback, your thoughts, and even the questions you may have for us. Sending us free email on our Discord server, leaving a voice note over the anchor.fm/THEIMPACTPLAY, or even by sending us an email to reademail@theimpactplay.com. Who knows, it may even be featured on a future episode, or even a special readable segment of the show. So thank you guys so much for making the Impact Play a part of your day. If you should join our community server over on Discord, you have to enter exclamation Discord in chat now. Guys, we're trying to unlock subs over on Twitch and we need your help. We're trying to overcome the last challenge, which is just the views. So share the channel, join us when we do live, join us when we do our live playthroughs, hit the notification bell, and just lurk if you must. Literally every little bit helps us overcome this challenge. We've been overcoming and surpassing our goals consistently. This is the only one that we have left. So leave us a review. We're just earning a favorite platform. This will help us rank up those charts. Will help share the show across the globe, we've reaching now even 30 countries now. So nationwide. So thank you guys so much for your continued support. Thank you for joining us, being a part of our ever-growing community, and literally where we treat each other like family. Thank you guys so much for all of you gold recruits and above over on Patreon. I'll see you on the post show exclusively. If you guys are interested, be sure to join, learn more, become a Patreon supporter at patreon.com/TheImpactPlay. For everyone else, have a great one. Until next time.